may remember in 2017, I wrote a book called Storyteller's Dilemma. And in that book, it stirred a lot of debate about the degree of impact that digitization would have on our industry, the operations, and the economics. Today, there's not much debate. Almost every major media company in the world is going through some type of digital transformation and transformation in general. Grass Valley believes that someone, anyone, has to step forward to lead during this transition. Lead by investing for the future. Lead by recapturing the imagination about how technology can help solve the industry's most intense problems. Lead by collaborating with industry leaders, and lead by investing for the long term. And I know one wakes up in the morning and says, hey, let's go change everything that I know and everything that I've ever done. So what is it that is causing these changes? Why are so many large media organizations going through such sweeping changes? Well, on this chart here, most of you know that in the last 10 years, there's almost a 400% increase in content available to each person. There's even larger increase in the ways in which you consume, channels, devices, formats, emerging every day. The best news is there's a 50% increase in consumption per capita. That's pretty dramatic. That's time-bound, so that's pretty significant. But it doesn't match the 400% increase in choices that you have. And that begins our problem. Yield per asset, revenue, profit per asset created in our industry. We still have to create the best content in the world. We have to make it available to more people through more channels. And we have to do that with roughly the same budget. Now, most of you might say, roughly the same budget. Well, remember, if your assignment is create 400% more content, make it available through 1,000% more ways on the same budget, then you have to do a lot more for a lot less. And that results in two big problems, two big goals that most of our clients talk about. How do we reduce cost, lower the cost of production per asset created, or find new revenue streams? And therein lies the beginning of the challenge. Look no further than the realities that some of the best brands face. This is from recent financial results, and you can see the linear business is either declining or growing slowly, but very profitable. The digital business growing at a much faster rate, but losing money. And that metal bending sound you hear is the sound of these large media organizations trying to transform itself into the future. And while this is happening, both of these companies have activist investors who are demanding they split these two companies up, the linear and the digital, because they're losing too much on the digital. Imagine this as a leader trying to change your whole company, and then because people don't understand what you're doing, wants you to break the whole thing up, thereby undermining your whole attempt to transition. This is our reality, our hopes and dreams, our aspirations, and that's one of the reasons why live events are so powerful. They're best served together as a shared experience while they're happening. But our business model is changing, and it must be addressed. And when you look for help, the 2,000 or so vendors will be at this show. All have a great story about mostly disconnected proprietary tools that help one step in the chain. And thankfully, some are realizing that's just not good enough today. Not anymore. Because as the product, the asset becomes more digital, consumption, it compresses the workflow, disrupts the operations, and changes our economics. And those are our realities. That's what we're trying to face. To me, today, it's less about selecting the technology in your partner and more the partner that you can trust for the long term. The partner who's committed to invest, who has the size and scale to lead through multiple challenges, who can invest for the long term. That's exactly what we've tried to do here at Grass Valley. This is why we've created the Grass Valley Media Universe. Imagine a world where a single operating system connects all the activities within an organization. Imagine that all these services can be shared from anywhere in the world, first for your organization, and then connecting to other organizations within the ecosystem of media. Imagine a world where our hardware products and any hardware products could connect to the same operating system for media. And what if the almost 100 or so native applications that we have created, along with any application available through a media company, a system integrator, or another company, could likewise be tied into this ecosystem, sharing the same operating system. And all those alliance partners that'll be at our booth, along with the many who've signed up to the Grass Valley Alliance, all sharing common tools that we've invested hundreds of millions of dollars in, so that it's simpler for our clients to lower costs and reduce their production, make it more efficient. And what if all those apps and all the content and services could be available simply in an integrated way? No different than, let's say, Apple, where you have hardware devices, you have apps from them and from third parties, all integrated. And what if you could deploy this model in a cloud-native way, public cloud, hybrid, or on-prem? This is Grass Valley Media Universe, designed to make it simpler and easier to train and reduce your costs overall. We believe this is the future of our industry. Now, in order to change, just like our clients, we've had to transform ourselves. We've had to simplify and integrate our different product lines around a central ecosystem so that we can make the most out of the suite that we're talking about. We've had to hire the right people for the next phase. That's not always easy, just like all the changes you're reading about in the industry. We've had to change too. We've had to come up with deeper, more intimate ways to work with our clients. We feel during this phase you have to work more closely, listen more, create solutions that solve the bigger issues. And this even includes trade shows. For Grass Valley, you're going to see a big change, not only in the broad array of investments we're making, but in our inclusiveness of third parties. And this is just a step on regional shows we're doing all around the world. Like our clients, we have to transform to lead. And that includes the almost 400 new technical software, mostly developers, we've been hiring the last 24 months in our centers of excellence. Not everybody understands what we're doing, but we feel these are necessary steps to make sure we're ready for the next phase. Luckily, it's working. Some of the largest media companies in the world have adopted our strategy, our approach. Not because a particular technology is the right one, because the strategy is a shared vision. And of course, we have one of the most broadest product suites in the industry, number 1 or 2 in every category that we compete in. Some of you have read about Sky, expanding AMP for live production coverage for Formula 1, for Indy, for golf. You may have seen Canal Plus's Studio of the Future. I just visited in Paris. Amazing. You'll hear probably about this at this show. Significantly reduced footprint, significant increase in content produced, dramatically lower costs. Very exciting. You may have read about Discovery Eurosport, extensive use of AMP through the Tokyo Olympic Games, and more recently you may have just read about CBS Sports embracing the concept of AMP, its robustness, its scalability, the fact that we're already deployed in many major media companies around the world. This is Grass Valley. Now let me welcome our CTO and Chief Product Officer, Merrick, who's going to share more details about our solution set and some of the exciting new innovations. Merrick?
I'll also be sharing some exciting new product announcements later on. But first, let me take a step back and give you an overview of the GV Media Universe. The GV Media Universe is a collaborative ecosystem of purpose-built hardware and software solutions that are designed for broadcast and media production. It's a collaborative system because anyone could contribute apps or functionality and integrations. The Media Universe is built on AMP, which is a software-based platform that provides all the features necessary to build the most demanding media productions. Everything begins with the platform itself. Louis mentioned AMP, so let me tell you a bit about AMP. AMP is a series of apps, tools, and services that together combine to create an operating system for media. It offers all of the functionality of traditional broadcast equipment and much more. It also integrates with some of our traditional hardware products, such as switchers that are core of our product portfolio. It's an edge computing platform, which means that you can spread the processing load throughout the network, whether it's on-prem, in the cloud, or a combination of the two. It has a built-in app store where you can find native apps, as well as apps contributed by our partners that induce creativity and increase the efficiency of media production. It's secure, flexible, and scalable, and provides a solid foundation for any innovation roadmap. I'm not going to go through everything that AMP has to offer, because it spans tens of apps and hundreds of workflows, but I will highlight a few key areas. Capture supports a wide range of formats and standards that can be captured on-prem or in the cloud. This includes the AMP streaming protocol, which offers better quality and some more features than some of the other standards. Monitoring and processing includes multi-viewing, video correction using best-in-class algorithms that we've adopted from traditional GV hardware. Live production includes built-in replay, intercom, integration with hardware switcher panels, audio mixing and correction, graphics overlays, and production control. Editing includes our Framelight X media asset management solution, which provides better collaboration between local teams and remote teams and facilitates REMI production. And finally, distribution, which includes playout channels and master control. All of these apps and the infrastructure itself can be deployed any way you need it to be. We run on AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, Tata Cloud. We also run on-prem. The GV Media Universe is enabling rapid technology innovation. It's an open ecosystem. We have a broad range of alliance partners that are already joined, and we see a massive uptake in our SDK usage. More and more alliance partners are joining and working with us to release functionalities through the AMP App Store. Whether it's Stratus Asset Management, Integrated Playouts, Morpheus, ICE, ITX, or any of the GV products that we offer, we've built in tools into AMP to make it easier to migrate workflows over into AMP. We see new features added on a regular basis to the App Store. We have close to 100 apps right now, and that number is constantly growing. We also provide hosted services for the GV Media Universe, where we maintain the infrastructure and ensure that services scale as the production needs change. The GV hosted processing nodes allow leveraging all of the benefits of AMP without the operational complexity of maintaining your own cloud infrastructure, spinning up instances. We basically take care of the hosting so that you can focus on producing amazing content. We also provide edge computing nodes, which can be deployed on-prem. And this is especially relevant for the most demanding media productions where cloud and network availability are concerned.
LDX C135 compact camera with a more ergonomic chassis and improved weight distribution. This is the first 70-2110 camera with native IP. It features seamless integration with any IP broadcast workflow. The camera offers the same functionality as the award-winning full-size LDX 135 with top quality ergonomics, native UHD HDR, global shutter. And what's unique for the compact is that it has 3 workflows, including JPEG access, and the camera can be used both in baseband and full native IP end-to-end. We're also announcing AMP Local, which is an on-prem enterprise-grade variant of the AMP platform, which takes resilience and scaling to a new level. It's suitable for the most demanding productions, whether they be in venue or in mobile units. Same functionality as the cloud variant, same flexibility, broad list of features, no compromises. Now, AMP doesn't always have to be connected to the cloud. AMP can operate offline and during extended network failures. AMP Local can be deployed using the same AMP Edge devices that are used for edge processing. It's simple to deploy and easy to manage. Also, to complement AMP Local, we're announcing AMP Grid, This is a very exciting technology innovation. It's essentially scalable processing with tremendous flexibility at a lower cost. It allows you to take control of your infrastructure costs and scale as your needs grow. With Grid, you can add IOs as more AMP Edge devices are added to the system. They work in unison to create a single pool of compute. And we leverage standard compliant technologies such as RDMA over Ethernet to ensure that bandwidth limitations are not a concern, regardless of the amount of inputs and outputs that are needed. Grid also increases the tolerance and resilience of the entire on-prem system. Very exciting innovation. We're going to be showing these products at our booth. But to recap, GV Media Universe is a collaborative ecosystem for broadcast media production. It's built on AMP, which is a centerpiece of our software-centric product strategy. AMP is the result of many years of innovation, millions of hours of on-air live productions throughout the world, whether it be the Olympics, the Super Bowl, the FIFA World Cup, or thousands of other live events. AMP is the most advanced media operating system on the market today, with more functionality, more features, and better efficiency than any other platform. Whether it be sports, news, or any other media production, AMP brings the flexibility and features that are pushing the boundaries of what's possible. We also have many other announcements that we'll be making during the show. We're announcing brand new Cayenne panels for the K-frame switchers with improved tactile interface and integrated with AMP. Ignite X, a next generation integrated APC solution with an improved user interface and much, much more. We encourage you to visit our booth, Central Hall C2408, to learn more. And with that, thank you, and back to you, Tim.